I think it's high time that we, the citizens of Zambia, started asking each other this question amongst ourselves. In the communities, in colleges and universities, even upper secondary school, and the government. What question is that? Ask the person next to you, what economic problem can you solve? And how many people can your solution employ? Why am I saying that? It's because Zambia is producing thousands and thousands of graduates every year, all competing for a limited number of jobs in the formal sector, especially government jobs. So you see where the equation is not balancing. If we need to see economic development in the nation, we need to start building a Zambia where the young people start making entrepreneurship a normal career, where they will say, I might not have a government job, but I am employing 15, 20, or 30 people. This is a scenario that we need to start building for the nation of Zambia. Our domestic market is small. So, due to that, we need to start saying that instead of Zambia buying, it should be a scenario where Zambia is saying we need to produce and export to other African countries. 10, 15, 20. That is a scenario that we need to create. So there are two scenarios here where people should ask themselves, what solution do I have that can employ people? And the other one is, what can we produce instead of what can we buy? Let me give an example. Let's think of a place. Let's think of Siavonga. What is there? What is raw in Siavonga? We have fish and carpenter. We have fish and carpenter. Okay. So, what is currently happening in Siavonga? We have fishermen, right? They catch the fish and they sell. So what is happening? There is income only for one person. Now imagine if we created a complete fish industry where everything takes place there. Okay? There is the fisherman, then there is the collection, there is the cleaning, the drying, the smoking, the packaging, the branding. All those things which you take out to the supermarkets, to our markets, even exporting. Okay? Now, what am I trying to put across here? Think of where you are, the district where you are. What is raw in your area? I've mentioned Siavonga. If you are in I've lived in Luapula before. So what is raw in Luapula? There's a lot of cassava. So what I'm saying is, looking at what I've mentioned where Siavonga has a raw source, what can we build around it? Whatever raw source that we have in that area. That is what we need to start thinking of. Like, instead of Lusaka being a place where everyone is looking for employment, each district could develop at least maybe 2 to 5 industries based on its economic advantage. That is what I'm trying to put across here. Okay? So, what does that particular area have that the rest of Zambia needs? This is what we need to start focusing on. Okay? So, how do we turn it into an industry? I believe that's the kind of development that we currently need. That's up for open discussion. I'm open for other opinions. We can always discuss. Now, because earlier on I have mentioned that instead of waiting for formal employment, that's what I said earlier earlier when I started the video, we should start asking each other, what is it that I can produce that can create what? Employment. Okay? But again, there's a question that each and every one of you will ask. We have, before I say that, whatever it is that you need to do, remember you're creating employment, okay? But obviously, we are looking at it in a way whereby people might have the solution, but they might not have the money to execute that, obviously. So what is the solution? The solution is having what? Revolving money. That is the only way it can work, because we have a a national money pot that is not enough for everyone. So for it to be workable, it should be what? Revolving money. Okay? Let's say if government has maybe 100 million kwacha. Okay? What is the normal approach which usually happens? That money is given to different people. Like this one gets this giver, they start their businesses. But has that worked? No, it has not worked. Why is it not having an impact on the economy of Zambia? It's because usually that money disappears. The businesses fail. For whatever reason, it's because of the approach that we have been taking, obviously. It has not worked. And usually this kind of money, because it's government money, there is that thing of whereby in Chekeleko, there is that thing of whereby, do I know you? How am I affiliated with you? I need to favor people that is exactly what is going on. Okay? But we need to put away with that if we need economic development. Where we are heading, we cannot have a situation where everyone is competing for that one job, to be in the health, to be a nurse. If you're not a nurse, you want to be a policeman. If you're not a policeman, you want to be in the military. Other than that, people are even committing suicide. No. We need to think outside. What can we do? That is what I'm getting at. So that money which I'm talking about, the revolving money, can help create more jobs. Okay? It can help create more jobs. So what am I trying to get at? I'm saying that the goal should be strictly, the money should be revolving. Whatever it is that you need to produce that can create employment, that is the business that you have. Okay? It should be the money that you are given that should revolve. Okay? But because of what I have explained, it can only work and we can only feel the economic impact if it's done on merit. Okay? And for it to be workable, before we can start that, we need to create a different structure for implementation. Let's say government puts money in a protected fund. Okay? That money cannot simply be moved around by a ministry or individual officials. An independent body that controls the funds should not be the government officials, but it should include the private sector, businesses, business associations, accountants or auditors. It should include banks, universities, the civil society, and the government as well. Not a single person approving the national money pot to bring development in the country. That is why we are not feeling the impact of the economic development in the nation. Each major disbursement, several independent people must approve if it has to work. And everything should be recorded electronically. The application, the approval, the payment, the repayment should have a digital record. And everything should be put on the public domain. The public must see where the money went, the business name, the amount, the district, the purpose, the jobs that were promised, and the jobs that were created. And the repayment status. That should also be in the public domain. That is the only way that we can fight actually the corruption. And that is the only way we can have economic development in the nation. Otherwise, other than that, we'll just be going round and round in circles, Zambia being at the same position. Okay? Why am I saying that? Because if it's in the public domain, the Auditor General and the Parliament, okay, can investigate. So we need to build a system that doesn't assume that everyone is honest. But we should build a system where even a dishonest person will have the difficulty of stealing. Now let's talk about the revolving funds quickly. I don't have the time. My time is almost. Let's talk about the revolving funds. When I talk of the revolving funds, it's something that is very simple. Most of you have already heard of it. Some of you have already thought of it. I'm sure it's something very simple, whereby business, when let's say 100 people receive the funding, the business grows, it employs, they pay back, then money is given to another group. It continuously goes just like that. The existing businesses should be amongst the people, those with the potential to employ, even people with strong ideas, but those who get smaller amounts to start and prove their ideas, obviously. So concentrate money on businesses that can scale and employ many people. Instead of 1,000 receiving maybe a 50,000 kwacha, how about 100 strong businesses receive 500,000 kwacha? If they can prove that they can create employment. In other words, what I'm trying to say is don't give small amount too much, because when you give many thousands of people tiny amounts, their businesses do not have major economic impact. That is what I'm trying to get at. So the goal should be enough capital to reach the next level of growth, not something that you give everyone, but something that will reach the next level of growth. I think we need to start having more and more of these discussions. May God richly bless each and every one of you. Shalom. Shalom.